My name is Kara, and I will be guiding you through meditation today. I encourage you to meet me wherever you are, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Please feel free to follow along, get lost, think about other things, and return to my guiding words, moving your body however much or little feels pleasurable to you. I encourage you to own your choices, to notice any of your own judgments towards yourself and the whole experience. These meditations are meant to be used as a jumping off point for curiosity, creativity, joy, and building daily rituals in our lives. I mean for this practice to center our sense of touch, awe, beauty, and the tactile, tangible aspects of our day that have been stolen from us. In the process of remembering, we may support our participation in collective movements, connect deeper to our lineages of liberation, and tap into our joined imaginations. Throughout this meditation, I ask you to always remember that you have the choice, and you have the power, and you have the autonomy to decide how you want to take this meditation today. And at any point, you have the choice to find stillness. You have the choice to find yourself on the floor. You have the choice to find yourself lying down. You have the choice to find yourself in any position of comfort and ease. You also have the choice at any time to interpret my words however feels meaningful to you today. What is your connection to your body today? This meditation will last 20 minutes. Let's start by bringing our attention to our body. Bring your eyes inward, whether that's by closing them or lowering your gaze, or bringing a softness to your vision, focusing on the other senses: touch, smell, sound. Start to notice your breath. Not to change it, but just to observe it. Be a witness to it. Allow that breath to be whatever it is, wherever it is, however it is. And just notice, where is the inhale happening? Is it through the nose? Is it through the mouth? And where is the exhale happening? Where do you feel the breath going into your body? Is it into the stomach? Is it into the lungs? Do you feel the shoulders rise as you breathe in? Can you breathe into your back? What does that feel like? See if you can name the feeling. Now let's turn our curiosity to playing with the feeling that our breath is filling up different parts of our body. How does it feel to breathe into our ribs? How does it feel to breathe into our bellies? How does it feel to breathe into our legs? And I'm going to ask you to slowly and gradually let the movement become smaller. And I'm going to ask you to slowly find stillness. And I'm going to invite you into a full body scan from the top of your head down to the bottoms of your feet. And as we scan, you are welcome to move. You are welcome to massage. You are welcome to stretch. You are welcome to bring softness and bring breath, as well as your attention, as well as your mind. So we'll begin at the top of our head. And one thing I'm just going to offer is the image of water, starting at the very top of our head and spouting out from the top like a fountain, and feeling this fountain of water bring coolness and ease all the way down our spine, down our shoulders, down our face, all the way down to our feet. And from the top of the head, we'll take our attention to our face, the front of the head, and the back. And notice where there's tension. Notice where you can invite more ease into the small cracks and crevices of your face. And from the face, we'll move down to the neck and notice the distance between your ears and your shoulders. How does that feel? And from there, we'll bring our attention to our shoulders and our chest. Can you imagine a feather being drawn lightly across your chest? Lightly opening up the space between your shoulders and your clavicle, the bone in front. Very lightly opening up your chest. From here, I invite you to imagine your spine tall like a tree, your ribs wrapping around like branches, your back feeling that cool water from the top of your head. Now bring your attention to your belly. How does it feel? Imagine the organs sitting in your torso, wrapped up by the branches of the tree that is your spine. We'll bring our attention to our arms. How do they feel? Imagine that water from the top of your head has poured down your arms, and they're hanging gently, loosely. They're hanging gently, loosely, with ease from your shoulders. And you can feel space and breath within them. From here, we'll bring our attention to our pelvis, the bottom of our spine, our tailbone, the hips, the hip bones, the lower belly, the weight of it, the flesh of it. How is it feeling? Feel the flesh hanging off your bones. Feel the space and the ease. Feel the top of your legs sitting within your pelvis. And we'll bring our attention to the tops of the legs, the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh, the hamstring, the quadricep, and then we'll bring our attention to the knees, the kneecaps, the front of the knee, the back of the knee. Slowly moving down into our calf muscles at the back of the lower leg, the shin bone at the front of the lower leg, into the ankle joint, into the heel, into all of the bones of the foot, the arch of the foot, the toes, and finally down into the ground. And I'm going to ask you to start to find a close to this exploration so that we can move into the next. I invite you to start noticing, acknowledging, and naming the sensations of your body. Do not try to fix them. We will not label them good or bad. We will simply try to put, to the best of our ability, words. We will simply try to name them as an act of belonging to our body, as an act of belonging to the land. So I invite you to notice the sensations of your body, acknowledge them, and I invite you to take this a step further, and as you notice the sensations of your body, to notice any desires that you have. So if you feel a softness, do you have a desire to melt into that softness? And if you feel tension, do you have a desire to shake that tension? And if you feel electricity, do you feel a desire to replicate that feeling of electricity in a bigger movement with your body? If you feel lightness, do you feel compelled to move in a light way? If you feel heaviness, do you feel compelled to move with heaviness? Or is it just the opposite? Where you feel smoothness, do you feel a desire to create sharpness and jaggedness and instability? This is all play, and this is all curiosity, and there are no wrong answers. There are no wrong ways to respond to the sensations of your body. I invite you to explore the sensations of your body. I invite you to stay with one sensation for as long as it feels exciting and interesting to you. So when you feel a sensation in your body, lean into it. What is that body part asking of you? What is that sensation asking of you? How can you play? How can you get curious? How can you move? And I invite you to stay in repetition, in cycles, in reverence of that sensation. And as you stay with that sensation, I invite you to bring even deeper curiosity to it. How can I move with this sensation and expand on it. Expansion doesn't need to be bigger movement. It can be flipped on its side. That sensation can be flipped upside down. That sensation can be moved into a different body part. So if the sensation started in your hand, how can you move that sensation into your foot? If that sensation started in your hip, how can that sensation then be moved into your head? How can that sensation now be moved slower? How can that sensation now be moved faster? How can you bring that sensation into multiple parts of your body? How can you bring that sensation into multiple parts of your body? How can you bring that sensation into multiple parts of your body? Can they move at different speeds? Can they move on different angles? Can they move at different heights? Now I invite you to take these sensations of your body and stay with them. And when you notice your mind becoming bored, when you notice your mind becoming bored with a sensation or where you've taken it, try to stay a little longer. And at some point you will notice that the sensation will dissipate. At some point you will notice that the boredom will create new curiosity. At some point you'll notice that the boredom will transfer into a question of what is next. And I invite you to choose. I invite you to choose to either run with whatever inspiration comes next or to find stillness. It's possible that from one sensation and one deepening and one train of thought that you will be inspired to move into another movement and to stay with it. And it's also possible that nothing will come and that there will be no inspiration. And if that is the case, I invite you to find stillness. Until you notice a sensation arise. Perhaps you notice a tickle in the back of your throat, or an itch on the top of your head, or a lightness in your elbow, or an ache in your thigh, or a squeeze in your bum, or a heaviness in your pelvis. And whatever it is, I invite you and encourage you to lean into that and to move into the next exploration until you once again have exhausted your train of thought, touched boredom, and found a new inspiration. And I'm going to ask you to slowly end with whatever it is that you are exploring right now, to let it come to its natural close, to stay with your body, to stay in that place of no judgment, and to find yourself in stillness. That brings us to the close of meditation. Take your time to come back to the work of the day and the tasks at hand for you. As you move through the day, seek to find the glimmers of this practice in everything. May it sustain you, strengthen you, and soften you when needed. Return to this meditation whenever you choose. Share with those you are in community with, and let us build the changes we want to see together.